And Saturday, April 1st at lineup.
Fighting Furicao and Tuscany Flyer will be the last, but well, he might be the second last. Yes, Tuscany Flyer. He's going to come up now. Started just giving him a little bit of a flick around the heels with the whip. And in he goes, and Furicao is now coming forward to gate number 11. Fracture, the rank outsider in the field, has drawn on the inside. And all is in readiness now. Third of the day, the Todman Slipper Trial. They're set, racing. Beautiful start, and our Maze K, one of the best out, headed by Tuscany Flyer and Shaded. Exclusive Halo and Fracture handy, followed by Zephyrs. A little over a length away next on the extreme outside, Furicao. A length then to Octagonal going inside of Daney Boy and Super Slew, and a length further back, Iron Horse. At the 750, they run, and Tuscany Flyer leads a half length on Shaded. Our Maze K third, and then Zephyrs caught out wide. Exclusive Halo the inside, a length Furicao Octagonal. Fracture going backwards, and then Daney Boy. Super Slew is second last, and Iron Horse whips them in. Coming to the bend in the Todman Trial, and Shaded the inside, and Tuscany Flyer a length and a half on the Kiwi, our Maze K. Exclusive Halo handy on the rails, then Zephyrs, followed by Octagonal pulling to the outside in company with Furicao. 300 out. Shaded joined in front by Tuscany Flyer. Our Maze K trying to reach them, and Octagonal is starting to come home well. Zephyrs is next at the 150. Our Maze K hits the front. Octagonal is out after our Maze K. Our Maze K still in front. Octagonal's getting him and got him. Octagonal on the line has won the Todman Trial from our Maze K. Tuscany Flyer third, then Zephyrs, followed by Shaded. Iron Horse, Exclusive Halo, Super Slew, and then Furicao, Daney Boy, and Fracture was last.
Number 11 on the Super Tab, Octagonal, to return 285 and 1 even. 1 our Maze K 70 and a 5 Tuscany Flyer 140.
Paid $5.20 and $2, getting up in the nick of time to win. From number 1 our Maze K, ridden by Phil Mercer at $1.50. And number 5 Tuscany Flyer, battled on exceptionally well, ridden by Pat Payne, and it'll pay $3.50. Octagonal, trained by Johnny Hawkes for Jack and Bob Ingham, by Zabeel from 8 Carat. A brown colt 2, ridden by Grant Cooksley. There's the number, 11 Octagonal first. 1 our Maze K second, a bay colt 2 Maze K Murray Vita. Grand Searle from Leven in New Zealand. And number 5 third, Tuscany Flyer by Rory's Jester from the Heller Plain, trained by S.R. McKinnon at Flemington. The fourth went to number 8, and that was Shaded. Number 2, Zephyrs, ran officially 5th. Well, what a wonderful second string the Inghams have in the Golden Slipper now with Octagonal to the pre-post favourite Strategic. The Slippers, as we know, are run at breakneck speed, and whether Octagonal is going to get back just a little more than he did today, I don't know. But one thing about Octagonal, over the last 100 metres of the Golden Slipper, I'm not going to say he's going to beat Strategic, but I tell you what, there won't be many horses finishing better than he. He's very, very good. He won here by a long head with 2 1/4 lengths between second and third. A long head, 2 1/4, and the time is 19.4. 19.4. Justice Prevails holds the race record at 19.29, so he's not far outside. The last 634.44, and thinking that it was only his second run in a race and his first start since the 3rd of December, the improvement for him in the Slipper. He's in the big one with a huge chance.
Coming up there on the program at Sandown today. It's the first leg of the daily double. The sub is number 8 Phantom Eagle. They're all in and set.
Now the Country Cup, sponsored by Hickman's of Melbourne here. The feature race today, ready to go. Light is on. Racing this time, out in a good line too. One of the best out wide here was Big Dermot, and away Fast Dancing Jug landed in front now. Big Dermot going up now to head him off. Further out is Toot and Whistle, followed by Phantom Eagles quickly into the box seat, running fourth from Top Version. Further back Leering. Cool Hand Luke on the inside now from Toil, then Red Fear, Remove Chief, and last of all London Town. Big Dermot in front down the back, a length in front of Dancing Jug, a length into Toot and Whistle. Phantom Eagle up fourth, Cool Hand Luke fifth on the rail, a half further back Top Version, a length into Leering, 3/4 further back Toil from Remove Chief, Red Fear, and 2 last of all London Town. Down the back, and Big Dermot the leader now as they race up towards the 950 metre mark. It's Big Dermot 2 in front of Dancing Jug. 2 further back in the race, Toot and Whistle third, a length the Cool Hand Luke running fourth. Outside at Phantom Eagle fifth, 2 lengths further back in the race then. Leering Top Version 3 deep, back on the inside Remove Chief and then Red Fear. Toil out 3 wide and 2 last of all London Town. Big Dermot at the 650 metre mark, a length in front of Dancing Jug, 1.5 then to Toot and Whistle. 2 to Phantom Eagle running fourth, given a crack with a whip by Clark up to the bend from Top Version Cool Hand Luke. Leering held up and further back was Toil. Around the turn they come, and it's Big Dermot a half, Dancing Jug, 2 to Toot and Whistle, 2 or 3 further back Phantom Eagle, then Cool Hand Luke back to the rail, followed by Remove Chief. Big Dermot, Dancing Jug down to the 250, about 2 in front of Toot and Whistle, and here's Toil down the centre of the track, starting to sprint home quickly. Big Dermot, Dancing Jug, 2 to Toil, closing rapidly now. Toil ranges up to Dancing Jug and Big Dermot, and Toil is coming away with the Country Cup. Toil wins just over a length, Dancing Jug. Third, Big Dermot. Fourth, Leering. Then Phantom Eagle from Toot and Whistle, London Town. Top Version, Red Fear, Remove Chief, and last of all, Cool Hand Luke.
And Toil, 870 for the win, 270 the place, 2 Dancing Jug, 230 and 1 Big Dermot, $3.20.
On the Super Tab, number 7, Toil, to return for the win. $4.45, the place $1.45, 2 Dancing Jug at $1.20 and 1 Big Dermot $1.50. 7 gets third, please note, in Adelaide, 7 third in Adelaide, 111.7.
The top of Dancing Jug and Big Dermot, and number 7 goes straight in the frame. Number 7, Toil, Therese Payne has beaten Dancing Jug, number 2. And third is number 1, Big Dermot, 7, 2 and 1. 7, 2 and 1, Leering fourth. Phantom Eagle had a saloon run all the way. Clark was starting to niggle at him well before the home turn. He'll finish up in 6th placing ahead of London Town out wide. Not much too good for them, Toil. A star away from operating Cos, raced by Jim and Molly Houlihan, prepared by Jim Houlihan, gives Jim a double today. He won the hurdle with Usurper. And a patient ride by Therese Payne. As I mentioned, the horse did strike some trouble in the home straight in that Rich Kilmore Cup.
Moving up Queanbeyan.
A few unlucky runners in that race. This fellow was one of them. Probably wasn't going to win at the time, but would have finished a little bit closer. Dancing Jug always sitting up behind Big Dermot all the way. And they slipped away when they turned for home, and the only one to emerge from the pack was the winner, Toil. 7, 2 and 1. 7, 2, 1 at 135.9.
Celebration deal.
Line 2 over on the inside, Unsolved. Talaki away well with Spa Pool in top flight. Bonamici, Napier Street behind those. Further out, Darcher, followed by Placido, Dancing Cossack, Big Baron from the outside. In top flight, going up to put its head in front down towards the 250 the first time. In top flight in front now, about a neck to Spa Pool. 2 to Unsolved, third inside, Darcher fourth. 2 to Placido, Napier Street, Big Baron, Bonamici, Dancing Cossack. Talaki back on the inside from I'm Value, Delmar, Our Pompeii, and last of all in the race, Meridian Strike. In top flight in front, 1850 out. Going out of the straight now, and he leads out by 2.5 to Spa Pool, and they're 4 lengths to Unsolved third, a half further back Darcher. Moving up 3 wide, Big Baron, a length into Napier Street from Placido. 2 to Talaki, Bonamici off the fence. Then Dancing Cossack, 2 to I'm Value, 3 to Delmar from Our Pompeii, and last of all Meridian Strike. Into the back in top flight in front, but Spa Pool taking it on the outside. Spa Pool over that crossing went to the front from in top flight as they turned to the back, 1400 out. They're 3 in front of Big Baron third, 3 further back Unsolved fourth on the inside of Darcher. 2 to Placido, Napier Street, Dancing Cossack, 3 wide, a length and a half Bonamici, and then I'm Value Talaki, Delmar, and 3 then to Our Pompeii. Back to the tail as Meridian Strike went around it. Going down the back, and Spa Pool the leader. Spa Pool at the 1100 metre mark, 2.5 in top flight. The pace pretty good at the moment. 2 lengths further back, Big Baron. Unsolved's had a nice run fourth on the inside of Darcher, fifth at the 1000 metre mark, a length and a half, Dancing Cossack. Delmar taking off from Placido. They're followed by Napier Street, I'm Value, and further back then came Bonamici. Then Talaki, and 2 then to Meridian Strike, and Our Pompeii last of all. 800 out. In top flight goes up now to head off Spa Pool. A length further back, Delmar, hard ridden from Grey Baron fourth. 2 to Unsolved, who's had a good run inside, Dancing Cossack from I'm Value. A gap Placido, and further back Bonamici up to the turn from further back Meridian Strike. Then Talaki from Napier Street, and 3 last of all is Our Pompeii. Around the turn in top flight in front now from Big Baron. Unsolved easing to the outside, gets to third now from Placido back to the rail. A gap then further back Darchar as they run to the 280 metre mark. It's Big Baron and now Unsolved putting in the big strides. The favourite starting to gather them in. Jim Houlihan looking pretty good for the treble. Yes, it's home. Unsolved race to the front now from Big Baron in top flight. Talaki out wide, running home late, but Unsolved wins well. A length and a quarter in the run home to Big Baron. 2 or 3 further back Napier Street, possibly from Talaki from Darchar. Then further back was in top flight. Our Pompeii made late ground from Dancing Cossack, Meridian Strike. Then Bonamici followed further back in the race by Delmar. Placido didn't finish it off from Spa Pool, and Home Value last of all.
Number 3 Unsolved, 290 and 160. 4 Big Baron, $6. 13 in a photo for third Napier Street at 250.
On the Super Tab, number 3 Unsolved to pay 155 and 80. Number 4 Big Baron to return 275 and 13 for third Napier Street at $1.20. At the barrier at Queanbeyan and also at the barrier Perth.
In this photo here, we've got Napier Street and out wide Talaki.
Correct weight Adelaide 439. 439 correct weight Adelaide.
A length and 3/4 from Big Baron. And then third's a good go here. In top flight was getting tired, and Napier Street and Talaki on the outside have shaded it. And number 5 has got third, Talaki the outside, just ahead of number 13 Napier Street. So it's now 3, 4 and 5. 3, 4, 5. Talaki has just grabbed third ahead of Napier Street and in top flight on the rail. So it's 3, 4 and 5. 3, 4, 5 here to race 7.
Now, right.
And for third, number 5, there, Talaki to return on the Super Tab, $3.20. Adelaide Totes.
The Phantom, written by Darren Beedman. And he's just about right now. Yep, he's in. So a start is imminent for the Ranvet Stakes. Jeune, drawn in gate 3, standing well. They're off in the Ranvet. And Corregidor actually first out, won't stay there, and Durbridge and Stony Bay dispute the lead with Durbridge about a half Stony Bay. Corregidor and Air Seattle not far back, followed by the Phantom. Starstruck improving her posse now, followed by Jeune with 3 behind him. They are Quick Ransom, Irish Wrought and Spiritual Star. As they travel almost 400 metres, and Stony Bay goes to the lead now. Nearly 2 lengths on Durbridge, 2.5 to Starstruck on the outside of Air Seattle. 1 to Jeune, and then the Phantom wide out. 1 off the rails next is Corregidor. About 2.5 then Quick Ransom, Spiritual Star and Absolute Irish Wrought. 1,400 out as they race down the back in the Ranvet Stakes, and Stony Bay leads the way. 1.5 lengths on Durbridge, 2.5 third is Air Seattle. 2 to the west, an Australian mare Starstruck, followed by Jeune creeping through on the inside of the West Aussie, and then Corregidor the Phantom. Over on the fence, the grey Spiritual Star, Quick Ransom second last. The Phantom's dropped back to last. Oh, I think he's broken down, and Irish Wrought is second last. Something's gonna miss with the Phantom. They race onto the far corner now and go to the 900 metres, and Stony Bay pilots the field by a length on Durbridge. Third is Air Seattle, and on the outside of Air Seattle at his quarters Starstruck, and then Jeune on the inside of Spiritual Star and Corregidor. A length further back Quick Ransom, and Irish Wrought is last, and the Phantom has been retired from the race as they come to the 600 metres, and Stony Bay's rider is quickening up Larry Cassidy, and Stony Bay nearly 2 lengths Durbridge, 2.5 to Air Seattle. A length further back Starstruck, and Jeune is locked away from Corregidor. Quick Ransom, Spiritual Star. Last is Irish Wrought straightening up, and Stony Bay at the 300 tackled by Durbridge. 2 lengths away third Jeune. Dittman's gone for the whip, and then Air Seattle followed by Starstruck at the 200. Jeune is starting to throw down the gauntlet to Stony Bay with Air Seattle. Here's a race. Stony Bay still in front from Jeune. Air Seattle the outside. Jeune is making a lunge at Stony Bay. Oh boy, Stony Bay kicked. Stony Bay kicked on the inside and is prominent with Jeune. Third is Air Seattle, followed home then by, on the inside, Irish Wrought. Good margin, Starstruck. And then Durbridge from Spiritual Star. Second last, Quick Ransom. Corregidor last, and failing to complete the course is the Phantom.
Super Tab there, number 11, Stony Bay, to pay $9.10 and $1.75. Number 1, Jeune, 60 cents, and 4, Air Seattle, $1.
And as they've reached the line, Stony Bay looks to have just won this. Number 11, Stony Bay. at about $16 and $3.80. $16 and $3.80. Stony Bay. Jeune number 1 when they jumped was $1.70 and $1.20. A number 4 third Air Seattle, and it was paying $1.80. Looks as though the inside horse has won and has. Number 11 is first, Stony Bay. Number 11, Stony Bay, ridden by Larry Cassidy, wins the Ranvet Stakes. From number 1, Jeune, ridden by Il Dittman. And third placing going to number 4, Air Seattle, ridden by R.S. Dye. Stony Bay, the baby in the field, prepared by Gay Waterhouse. But Tommy Smithy, Boas and Mrs. R.P. Gilder, written by Larry Cassidy, leading all the way. Jeune looking obviously for a mile and a half now, there's no doubt about that, by Carla Glow from Youthful, a chestnut horse 6, David Hayes McDittman, a number 4 third, Air Seattle, a Bayard Brown Gelding 5, Air de France, Latest Melody, Clary Connors, Shane Dye. 10 was 4th, Starstruck, number 6 ran 5th, Irish Wrought. The overall time hasn't come up, so it's obviously hand-timed, and the Phantom is just trotting down the straight now with one of the clerks of the course. So what has gone amiss with the Phantom, I don't know, but he dropped back very, very sharply as they went along the back of the course near the 1,200 metres. Now the margin's coming up. Winning margin was a short head with a length between second and third. A short head by a length, 2:3.4. 2:3.4. The overall time hand-timed and no sectional on race number 6, the Ranvet Stakes.
The updated market race 7, Victoria Park.
Okay, here's Ian now.
Here at Rose Hill, and on the New South Wales tote, number 1 is into favouritism, Northwood Plume, 4:40, 2:30. Number 10 at 4:70, that's Light Up the World, and 5:40 for number 6, Aragon. Evocative, Princess Dior and Ladies Way, the 3 away from the barrier stalls. And the Winfield Classic, a Group 1. Previous, the Group 1 Ranvet, Stony Bay, just beating Jeune and the 3rd Air Seattle. This race is worth $300,000, $204,000 to the winners' connections. And the race last year was won by Capchat. Larry Cassidy beat Mahanui Lass and Flitter ran 3rd. It was a terrific finish. They were spread right across the track, about 200 metres to go. Northwood Plume having her first Sydney start, drawn on the inside. Lights are on. They're set for the 1995 Winfield Classic. Starter goes up onto his stand. Quite overcast here at Rose Hill now, as they prepare to jump off in the Classic. And Princess Dior from a wide alley got the best of the start. Moment's Pleasure out well, and so was Talander and St. Isle. The New Zealander Frenetic is not far back, followed closely by Viminaria, Evocative, Light Up the World, and then Northwood Plume a length or so keen, followed by Ladies Way and Danarani. Aragon 3rd last from Artie Mary, Flitter, and Absolute in the field is Arborea. Princess Dior is the leader in the Winfield Classic, racing down to the first corner, a length. Talander moving up quickly on the outside into second spot now, Evocative. Talander back to 3rd, then St. Isle, Moment's Pleasure. A length and a half, Viminaria inside of Frenetic, and Light Up the World out off the course. Northwood Plume inside, So Keen and Danarani, and then Ladies Way, Aragon, followed by Arborea, second last in the field being Flitter, and back at the tail Auntie Mary as they come down to the 600 metres, and Princess Dior 3/4 of a length on Evocative, 2.5 Talander, a length further back St. Isle, Moment's Pleasure, followed by Viminaria, and then Northwood Plume bottled away, followed by Light Up the World having her ears scrubbed off. They straighten now, and Evocative joins Princess Dior. Talander coming at them. Moment's Pleasure is sticking on well. St. Isle looking for the run. Light Up the World on the outside. Aragon trying to bullock into the clear, and then Northwood Plume, but now Moment's Pleasure hits the front. Moment's Pleasure trained by Billy Prain, the leader from Talander. Here's Flitter flying on the fence, and Aragon on the outside. Moment's Pleasure grabbed by Flitter, and Flitter flew. Flitter got up to win from a tighty. Moment's Pleasure and Aragon followed home by Talander, and then came Ladies Way, Auntie Mary. Further back was St. Isle, Northwood Plume, Princess Dior, Light Up the World, Danarani, followed by Arborea, So Keen, good margin, Evocative, and then came Frenetic and Viminaria.
Double $189.
Number 2, Flitter to return for the win, 680, the place 195. 12 for second, A Moment's Pleasure, at $4.70. In there as well for the minors, 6 Origin at $1.15.
Well, Moment's Pleasure got to the front, and there was a sentimental cheer went up for trainer Billy Prane, but then through on the inside came Flitter, and Flitter has been able to win the Winfield Classic in a tight but decisive go by about a long neck to a half length from, well, it's probably closer for second and third. Well, it is closer for second and third between Moment's Pleasure and Origin. So Flitter, $10 and $2.90, probably a little better than $10. Moment's Pleasure, what a big run by her from the wide alley. She was showing $8. Origin, for a moment, looked as though she might go on, and she has returned for $2 for number 6, $2. Here are the numbers, 2, 12 and 6. 2, 12 and 6 official. Number 2, Flitter by Bluebird from Kiwi Magic. Trained by Max Lees for Arthur Baxter. A Bayer Brown mare 5. 34 starts, 9 wins, 4 seconds and 7 thirds. Ridden by J.A. Cassidy. Number 12, Moment's Pleasure second. A Bay Filly 3. Very good filly by Arch Regent from Reason to Smile. Billy Prane, Corey Brown. And number 6, Origin third. Bay Filly 3. Rory's Just a Bay Willow. Bill Mitchell, Darren Beatman. 16 ran fourth, and that was Talander. And number 10, Light Up the World, who was forced to race wide all the way, was officially fifth. Time, hand time. They're having awful problems with the electronic timer today, so the time will be up in a moment. But Flitter taking out the Group 1 and adding $204,000 to her already impressive tally of prior to the race of $594,000, so it's nearly $600,000 plus 204. What a valuable brood mare she'll ultimately be. But plenty of racing left in Flitter after the big win in the Winfield Classic. A beautiful ride by J.A. Cassidy. To say, very sentimental moment. About 200 to go. Billy Prane battling cancer. It was an appreciation night for him on Wednesday out at the Mount Pritchard Community Club. And we were just saying Moment's Pleasure has had no luck in the barrier draw. And around about the 250, the filly loomed up and looked as though she might go on for Billy. Then Origin came at her, and then through on the inside was Flitter. And Billy Prane's dream of winning a Group 1 was shattered in the last 20 metres. A neck a half ahead. That's racing. A neck a half ahead, 127.72. A neck a half ahead, 127.72. That has bettered the race record of Chiraco's of 128, but won't stand because it's hand-timed. So that's bad luck for the connections of Flitter. Be nice to have her in the record books as the race record holder. All right, Rod, whilst waiting for further news on race 7, what have you got for us?
Ian, race 8 from Victoria Park, number 1 for Lou.